Hello everybody, how you doing? So here we are, live on YouTube. I think, yeah, is it past? Oh, I'm a bit early, I'm 2 minutes early. But not to worry, I'm here anyway, so I'm here anyway. For those that don't know, my name is Pep the Poet, and I'm a performance poet. I'm a former primary school teacher. I was a deputy head at my last school, and I retired in July 2021 to become a full-time poet. So here I am, and I've written, for those that don't know, I've written a little book called Peter Pants and his collection of silly poems. I'm going to be reading some poems from there. Last year, I released Quentin the Squirrel and his collection of silly poems, and that's going to be released. That was released in October, and then I'm really excited. This is the draft copy. It's not going to look like that, but my third book, called The Funky Peacock, is going to be released. Well, it's with my illustrator at the moment, a lady called Becca Grace, and she'll be going through what's called the preliminary drawings at the moment. So she sent me the first black and white drawings, and I've okayed some of them, and they're going to come out, I think it's summer of this year. So I'm dead excited. So right, couple of things here. I did one of these all last year, but I've actually forgotten how they go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hopefully, I'm just going to check my microphone, just make sure it's on. Just one sec. I should have done this before I come on, but let me just check, see if my microphone's on, so you can all hear me. Sound. And yep, microphone's on, so that's all good. We're ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say some of my poems. I've got a list of my poems on my other computer that I'm going to go through. Now, what I want you to do, if you can for me, this will be great. I know some of you are watching at home because you're homeschooling, because the world's a wee bit different at the moment. Some of you are watching at school. So if you're at school, fantastic. Hopefully some of the schools that I've been to, you'll all be there. Now, there is a little live feed go down there. So I can't say hello to everybody, but I can see 2 or 3 people. And what I might do is halfway through, we'll have a little 2 minutes, and we'll have I'll try and comment on some of them. If I've been to your school, for example, I've been to Stafford Prep, I've been to Etchin Hill, I've been to All Saints in Bednall, I've been to All Saints over near Burton-on-Trent. I've been to Five Ways, I've been to Copy. So if I've been to your school, will you just let me know if I've been to your school and say, hello, Pep, it's me from wherever. So that's great. Right. Now, what I would love you to do, folks, if you can, if you're watching this with your mum and dad, ask your mum and dad's permission, but I've got my YouTube channel, which we're watching on, which is Pep the Poet it's called @Pep the Poet, which is there. Now, if you could later on, when you go home, ask your mum and dad, if you could actually subscribe to my YouTube channel. I think I'm on about 167. I want to get it up to about 1,000 if I can over the next few months. So if you could do that for me, if you could give a little subscribe, and then you'll be able to see all the videos that I put on. And also my books, Quentin the Squirrel and Peter Pants, are for sale, and you can buy them via my website, which is www.pepthepoet.co.uk. Great. Shall we start? And I'm Lauren at Primary Education. It's Jensen from All Saints. How you doing, guys? So my first poem I'm going to do is one from my book called. Now, these books, have you noticed? They've got drawings all over them. Right. These are the ones that I use in school. So, and they're all my little highlighters to tell me what I'm doing. And St Mary's in Wolverhampton. I'm really sorry, because I was supposed to come and see you yesterday, but because of this COVID, I couldn't come. But I promise you, I'll be talking to Mrs. Minahan, and I promise I'll come and see you soon. So I will. Right, I've got 2 friends. They're called Ellis and James, and they're cool. I really love them. And I taught their big sister Maisie. During lockdown, they sent me a picture of a dragon, and I wrote a poem straight away and sent it back to them. And then I'll put it in my book, and I'm going to kick off for this one. It's called James, my fiery bum dragon. You ready? My name's Ellis, and I don't like bragging. But for my 6th birthday, I got a pet dragon. He's ever so cool. His name's James. But when he trumps, he blows out flames. Now, fiery farts, they're becoming a problem, especially for James and his fiery bottom. He let one rip whilst in my kitchen, and now my cat, he looks like a barbecued chicken. He can't eat beans or Brussels sprouts just in case he lets one out. At school, he gets such funny looks because his bottom burped and it burnt me books. Me poor sister Maisie, she's looking glum. No one likes a dragon with a flame-throwing bum. Do you like that one? I love that one. So that was for Ellis and James and Maisie. They know who they are. My next one, I had a friend, I taught a little boy a few years ago called Liam Thompson. He was 11. I think he's about 26 now. And him and his lovely girlfriend have just had a baby last week. So I'm really excited. And Mr. Thompson is a teacher at Greswell. And Greswell, I did an online workshop with Greswell. So I hope Greswell are watching. And last year, Mr. Thompson and I, we were setting each other challenges of what to write, how to write poems. And we just sent a picture and we had to really make it hard. So he actually sent me a picture of, like, you know, them big straw bales you get in fields in the summer, like a big round straw bale. It was a bale with a hat on top of it. I thought that's a bit of a strange combination. So I wrote a poem called Strange Combination. I'm not going to read it for you. Now, this is, my chair's a bit wobbly, do apologise. We've got 101 viewing. That's fantastic. I'm really chuffed. So this one's called Strange Combinations. Because it's from my my book Quentin the Squid, my peacock one. I don't know them all off the top of my head yet, so I'm going to read this one for you. It's called Strange Combinations. I sat there in deep concentration. I was thinking up some weird combinations, ones that required no explanation. So here for you are my compilations. A hat sitting on top of a bale, and a mermaid with wheels instead of a tail. Tea bags that sing and plant pots that can dance, and rings that grow wings and fly off to France. Chocolate that tastes of Wellington boots, and upside down trees waving the roots. Onions that cry when we cut ourselves, and freestyling books that backflip off shelves. Sleeping policemen who do like to doze, and flies wearing ties and out shopping for clothes. Rainbows and scarecrows playing hopscotch at dawn, and laughing hyenas feeling sad and forlorn. Spoons and baboons and hairy baboons, and whistling old cars, dirty old cars and their whistling tunes. A fork that can talk Spanish and French, and a clown with a frown asleep on a bench. Ice cubes that shiver without their coat, and a boy with a boy afloat in a boat. A phone all alone, sat in a tree, and an angry ant arm wrestling a bumblebee. Flip-flops that ride on the back of a bike. Uprooted lampposts that go for a hike. Fridges that are totally full of compassion, and a dragon, a seagull who likes to dress as a dragon. A hedgehog that reads the newspaper at night, and a fox that can box and he's up for a fight. A dog and a frog that do like to dance, and a little yellow book called Peter Pants. Do you like that one? Good, wasn't it? We're up to 107 little views. I'm just going to have a sip of my tea. Hope you don't mind. Hello, Mr. Anderson. It's class 5 from St. Christopher's. I used to work at St. Christopher's. Hello, Mrs. Evans. Ruben's there. Alice and James, I hope you liked your, I don't know if you hope you're in school, but that was your little poem, The Fiery Bum Dragon. And so I like mac and cheese. Do you? Hannah Banana likes mac and cheese. That's fantastic. Right. The Brummy Bumblebee. I don't know if you know, but whenever you are in the country, people speak with different accents. Like I'm from the Midlands, so this is my accent. I was born on a place called Scotland, and when I talk to my mammy, my mummy speaks in a Scottish accent, and you know, I've got a friend. Comes from Newcastle, and she tends to talk in a Geordie accent. Like, I don't know why, but that's because she does, because she's on the northeast, and it's a bit cold. Like, so I love the idea of insects with accents, and so here we are. And this one, I don't know if you realise that bumblebees come from Birmingham because they go buzz, buzz, buzz. That's what they do. So it's called the Brummy Bumblebee. I'm a bee. That's what I am. I'm the Bumbletob from Birmingham. I buzz around both near and far, from Acock's Green to Perry Bar. Down in Digbeth, I dance a jig. I ache like a wasp, because I'm very big. Hope you like that. Mr. Babartzi, my former head teacher and great friend, he's on there. My two little beautiful, beautiful little nieces, or three of them, Lucy, Aurelia, and Marina, are on there. So, right, what we're doing next. If there's anybody on there from All Saints, hope you are. And so All Saints in Bednall, it's a great little school. They invited me there in September. I think it was September, October. And we had a great day. It was really fantastic. But they're right next to a school. The school is right next to a churchyard. And they have got a playground around the side. But as I looked out the window, what did I see but a graveyard? Now, normally when you look outside of a classroom, you see playing fields, but I didn't expect to see a graveyard. Now, lots of people get sort of scared about graveyards, but I don't. I think they're fascinating places. And I believe that they shouldn't really be sad places because they're a celebration of people's lives. And I thought, what would happen if all the ghosts and the ghouls jumped out and started helping the children with all the lessons? I just thought that was a great idea. So, so it's called Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun. Ghouls just want to have fun. I sing as well. You just thought I was a poet. I'm a singer as well. So it's called Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun. There's a graveyard outside our classroom, which at first I thought rather bizarre. Other schools have like playgrounds and fields or roads with lorries and cars. But it's not really as bad as it seems. We're lucky than most other schools, because when we're stuck, we're all in luck as we get helped by ghosts and ghouls. In there, you'll find Admiral Patrick McGonagall, who sadly expired in 1903. He pulls funny faces, recalling the places that we visit in geography. The Mortimer twins, Alice and Grace, they died of measles and mumps. But they jump up and down, messing around, and they shout out the answers to sums. Lady Charlie Emily Lennox, who drowned in the Indian Ocean. Around about noon, she sits on a tomb, writing her stories and poems. Our old schoolmaster, Mr. McCabe, he lies with his lovely wife, Beth. His assemblies were so boring, sadly one morning, he bored himself to death. So there's a graveyard outside our classroom. It's the best that I've ever seen. It's never spooky, just a bit loopy. And every day, it's just like Halloween. So that's all my friends at All Saints. I hope you like that one. Hello, Lucy. And from Lucy and Jack from Jack Leo, how you doing? Miss Spilsbury, I'm just trying to Mrs. Year 3 and 4 at St. Patrick's are watching. I came to St. Patrick's and I did a session with Year 5 and 6 in St. Patrick's, and it was that day that the Google crashed, so we never finished the session. But I spoke to your lovely head teacher, who I only know her first name, but I promise I'll come back in the summer and I'll see you all. Let me see if I can see any more. Hello from Wales. There's Keela Ahmed, originally from Wales. That's brilliant. And Lucy Hill, how you doing, Luce? Is that Lucy? So there's loads and loads of people here that I'm saying hello to. Hello from All Saints. I'm Philip. How you doing, Philip? So what I'll try and do when the session's finished, I'll go onto my comments, and if there's any on there, leave a comment, and I'll try my best to comment. How about that? Right. The next poem I'm going to do is about It's called Mrs. Won the Lottery. Now, this was inspired by a teacher that I used to work with. She was a lovely, lovely lady. But again, I don't really want to give her identity away because that wouldn't be very fair. Because obviously, I haven't had a permission to sort of say this. So let's just, for example, let's just call her, I don't know, Mrs. Lockett. Hello, Claire. You're going to kill me, aren't you? This is my friend, and it's called Since Miss Has Won the Lottery. Since Miss has won the lottery, things are just not the same. She used to be grumpy and frumpy, and now she's incredibly vain. There's mirrors all over the classroom, and a perfume, it fills the air. She stuck little diamonds around the edge of her desk. She's got a throne instead of a chair. We've all got solid gold fountain pens that she bought whilst out in Milan. And they were delivered to school by Giuseppe, a spotty youth in a green rusty van. She sits and files her nails at the desk, and her butler, she sits and files her nails at the desk, but we have to work on her own. The butler does all the marking. She sits and chats on the phone. Our PE bags, they're made by Gucci. And our uniforms, they're Christian Dior. And she started talking French all the time. It's all this très bon, merci, or bonjour. Yeah, she gives out £20 notes for good work and a smack round the head if you're bad. I've heard she's got a job in LA next year. To tell you the truth, I'm quite glad. Yeah, since Mrs. won the lottery, things are just not the same. She used to be grumpy and frumpy, and now she's incredibly vain. So that's it. Oh, my little list on my computer's gone missing. 1 second. I've got a little running list at the back. I might print that out. That's it. So that was it. Now the next one, my old year 6 class. And sadly, I had a lovely year because I retired last year. My lovely year 6 class. They were a beautiful class, and I really felt sorry for them. Not because I was the teacher, but probably that as well. But we had a lovely session, and I remember it was on Wednesday afternoon. It was my little friend Christy. It was her birthday, and then we heard that we heard that there was going into lockdown, and they missed 4 months of their schooling. We never had SATs. We never went on our school trip, and it was sad, really. They missed out on a lot. But the one good thing about it, the one day we were in class, and there was loads of seagulls all over the playground. And one of the children said, "Oh, look, there's seagulls." I said, "They're not seagulls." I said, "Why not?" Because they're not at the seaside. There were schoolgulls, and they were laughing. And then we carried on with us, and then somebody moved something, and it made this big sound. And the only thing I can describe as it made like a trumping sound. And one of the children said, "I suppose you'll write a poem about that." And I did. It's called The Trumping Seagull. I fly around in all sorts of weathers. And when I trump, I blow out feathers. Surely it must be illegal to be the only flying, farting seagull. I do actually write lots of poems about trumping, and I do apologise because it's very, very immature, and I can't help it. So there's right. Jack's asked me to do the snowman. I'm not doing. I've got time, Jack, but I'm going to do some poems now, and hopefully, if we're still in lockdown, I'm thinking of doing another session, maybe the Wednesday of the week before we break up for half term, if that's okay. So, because I've got hundreds of poems, and I think I've limited it to about 15 today. So, but I will try and do something like that. Right, the next one. Oops. Oh, I've lost. Hang on a second. I should have printed this out, shouldn't I? Yeah. Now, if you're at school now and you've got a little brother or a little sister or a big brother or a big sister, now I want you to answer me a question honestly. Do they do your head in? And if they do, I don't blame you, because I had 4. I love my sisters. I had 4 big sisters, and I was the only boy and the youngest, and I was absolutely spoilt rotten. So I was very lucky. But I know sometimes the some of the brothers and sisters get annoying. And if you could, you know, when your mum's not looking, if you could punch them on the nose, it'd be great. I'm telling you now, you must never, ever, ever punch your brother or sister on the nose, ever, because it's naughty. But what happens if you went on eBay and you could buy a brother bashing machine? How cool would that be? So when you come in, when his brother's annoying you, you program it, smacks him on the nose. Your mum comes in and says, "What have you done?" "Nothing to do with me, Mum. It was the machine." So this one's called the brother bashing machine, and it's about a man from Aberdeen. So I'm going to do it in a Scottish accent. I read about this man from Aberdeen. It says he's invented a cool machine. Apparently, it's like no other, and you can program it to beat up your brother. I said, "Fair play to you, mister. Now design one that'll thrash my sister." Do you like that? I like that one. Now, my next one is, this is one from the Funky Peacock, which again is out in the summer. I'm going to a couple of shout outs if I can. Gregory Cliff, I love all your poems, they make me laugh. Thank you, pal. He's from All Saints, and that's exactly what they're supposed to do. I've got a friend, Dr. Matthew Smith. Hi, David. Love the poems. Keep up the great work. And lots of the students are watching today from Wolverhampton University. And for all the student teachers, hopefully I'm going to see you at the Learning Conference. I'm going to talk to you at the Learning Conference. So that'll be great. So thank you to all my friends at Wolverhampton University. That's great. Elsie, my little Elsie. She loves the farting seagull. Hi, Elsie. Right, this one is... Now, those that know, the word personification, it's when you make something that's not alive come to life. Yeah. So and if you think about the first 6 letters of personification, it spells person. So, and that's what I do. I make everything that, like I talk about talking scarecrows, and I can, you know, my friend Paddy gave me a little duck, and that's in my next book. It's called it's about Paddy the duck. So I make poems about everything. Now I love going on holiday, and I love going on holiday to Devon in Cornwall. Devon in Cornwall, Devon, and there's a place called Dawlish Warren in Devon. If you've never been there, you must go. It's beautiful. I love it. It's my favorite place in the world. And I was thinking of all the numbers went on holiday. Can you imagine all the numbers getting on a bus and driving to Devon? I just think that'd be great. And this is what would happen on the day they all went. So it's called Number Fun. Count me in. Are you ready? Number 1 was looking for fun, so we gave Mr. 2 a shout. "Hey, up 2, how do you do? Do you fancy a nice day out?" Theodore 3 he'd left his key in a plant pot outside the door. Fifi 5, she sprang into life and she pushed in front of 4. 6 and 7 thought of Devon. How about a week in the bright sunshine? And Ollie 8 said, "That's just great, but have you remembered 9? Timmy 10 was happy again, and he forgot his sad depression. And without any fuss, he jumped on the bus and sat down next to number 11. 12 arrived with their cases stacked high, munching on a blueberry muffin. My name is 12. I'm by myself, and you can call me Dozen. 13 and 14 both arrived, like stars of the silver screen. And 15 and 16 turned up, wearing bandanas and faded jeans. Now, Ellie 18 was learning French and proudly announcing from the edge of a seat, "I'm no longer called Ellie 18. Je m'appelle Ellie de Suite." Ned 19, he was an intelligent guy, and he was looking rather perplexed. "I've been learning all about Roman numerals. From now on, I'm called X1X. "Oi, 2-0, are we ready to go? We've got food and drink aplenty. Stop being rude. I'm in a bad mood, and you know my name's 20. So that was that one. Now, if you'd listened carefully to that poem, and when I wrote that, first of all, I've got 2 big sons. I love them both, called Leo and Ryan. And Ryan said to me, "You've missed a number out. So see who's the first one. After reading that poem, see if you can tell me that if you've missed a number out at all." Oh, my lovely friend Mike from the Autism Outreach. How you doing? My great friend Steve Daly. former Wolves legend. I've just had a text from Steve. Steve's watching. I've got a great interview with Steve on my Pep the Poet website, if you want to look at that. So does anybody know that I've missed any out? Well, the number I missed out was 17, and I didn't do it intentionally. I just missed it out. So I've wrote another poem called She Was Just 17, but I'm not going to read that till the next time. So, right, Terry the Tadpole, one of my favourite poems. I don't know if you know, but all tadpoles, they tadpoles speak in a Liverpudlian accent. All right, I'm a tadpole and I'm living in a pond, right? You know, I was once frog spawn, but I'm not anymore. I've gone up, you know, I've gone a bit bigger, and I've got little, I was going to say wings. They don't have wings, do they? That'd be crazy if they had wings. So if you're from Liverpool, I do apologise. It's the best accent. It's the best attempt I can do. But this one's called Terry the Tadpole. Now, when they're little, I always think they look like a certain symbol of punctuation. So it's called, tell me what it is afterwards. I'm Terry the Tadpole, and I live in a bog. My mum says when I'm older, I look like a frog. Being a frog would be such an honour, because at the moment, I look like a comma. You like that? I think it's great. Now, as he got older, Terry, great news, he actually fell in love. He fell in love with a newt called Norma. And it was a bit funny because originally he was actually, he was a frog, but for some reason, he's turned into a toad in this one. Now, if you look, there's a thing called poetic license. You're allowed to do whatever you want. Now, there's Terry the Tadpole, who's now Terry the Toad, and that's Norma the Newt, his girlfriend. She's an Everton fan, and he's a Liverpool fan. So here goes. I'm Norma the Newt, and I'm not very cute, but I'm okay with that. I live across the road from Terry the Toad, well, the pond to be exact. I'm not fibbing, but being an amphibian has its problems too. See, our Terry's a red, and I'm 100% blue. Well, Terry's me fella, and I love him to pieces. He worries about me because I'm an endangered species. I said, listen, mate, I'll be there forever. So stand by your bed and just look clever. Do you like that? Right then. So, folks, Bednall's, All Saints Bednall, and my friend, Mr. Lovely, Mr. Harry Davis has contacted me from. Harry Davis was, is a school in Bletchley. And I forgot the name of the school, but I'm just going to look. Mr. Harry Davis, called Thomas Aquinas. So all my friends down at Thomas Aquinas, I hope you're all behaving yourself. And I hope you're all being good. Now, lots of people love this poem, but it's a bit of you have to stand up and dance. So teachers, I do apologise. If you're in class, don't forget, keep your social distancing. If you're at home, stand on your own. If you're with your granddad, get your granddad. If Steve Daly's there, get up, Steve, and start dancing. I know you've got a bad hip, but I'm old as well. Right. Do I look slim? Say yes, because you... Right. This poem is called The Scarecrow Wrap. Now, lots of people love this poem, and I love it. It's one of my favourites, I think. So it's The Scarecrow Wrap, but it involves a few little dance moves. And so you've got to stand there. And if you're a scarecrow, obviously you can't do anything with it. Don't ever kick crows. It's really naughty. But you can't do anything. So you just have to stand there. And the only thing you can do is shout at people. So if he goes, oi! So if you're at home, stand up. I can see you all. My camera's special. I can see everybody. I can see everybody in year 5. I can see everybody at Thomas Aquinas. I can see everybody at Etchinell. All Saints. St. Patrick's. Coppice. Denston. No, not Denston. I'll come to me in a minute. A beautiful little school I went to. Was it Denston Prep? I think it was Denston Prep. Anyway, so I can see you all. So what I want you to do, I want you to scare off the crows. And the first thing you have to go is go, oi! Do that. Oi! And go, grrr. Let me light up a little bit. You have to go, oi! Grrr! Shove off. Boo! Scaring crows is what I do. Now, there's a little dance move here. You have to go from there. You have to go, wiggle your bum. Have you all wiggled your bum? You're in class. If somebody's next to you, if they're not wiggling the bum, tell the teacher. Make sure your teacher's wiggling the bum. If your teacher or your mum or dad or your granddad, if you're with an adult, if they really, really loved you, they'd wiggle the bum. If they're not wiggling the bum, it's not true. So here we go. The Scarecrow Wrap. I'm just going to, just in case, I shouldn't forget the lines, but just in case I do, I'm going to put it there. So, everybody? Oh, the only bit is, I keep forgetting to start. I'm not very good with the end line. I'm not very good with rhyming. So there's a bit at the end that I might, if I forget the rhyme, will you help me? Yeah? Brilliant. So let's go. Have a go. Oi! Grr! Shove off. Boo! Scaring crows is what I do. Wiggle your bum, straighten your hat, stretch out your arms. It's a Scarecrow Wrap. I'm outstanding in my field, that's what I'm told. No need for money, no need for gold. I got straw for hands, no fingers or thumb. I got a wooden pole right up my... No. Who said bum then? That's really rude. It's up my back, look. It says in the book, a wooden pole up my back. How rude. Right. Oi! Grr! Shove off! Boo! Scaring crows is what I do. Wiggle your bum, straighten your hat, stretch out your arms. It's a Scarecrow Wrap. I'm filled with straw from head to toes, socks for ears and a button nose. On me coat, a silver star. I got a big brown belt and a lady's... No. Who said bra then? A lady's shirt. I don't see a scarecrow with a bra on. That's just rude. Lady's shirt. Goodness me. Oi! Oi! Grr! Shove off. Boo! Scaring crows is what I do. Wiggle your bum, straighten your hat, stretch out your arms. A Scarecrow Wrap. I got patches on my clothes, holes in my hat, a tartan scarf and a pink cravat. My best friends are potato pickers. I wear dungarees and frilly gloves. Wear knickers, that's rude. Gloves. So, oi! Grr! Shove off. Boo! Scaring crows is what I do. Wiggle your bum, straighten your hat, stretch out your arms. A Scarecrow Wrap. I said, I talked to the sheep, the horse and the cow, the man with the tan and the rusty plough, the chicken's rabbit going cock-a-doodle-doo. I ate the pigs because they're covered in... No, they're not covered in poo. That's rude. They're covered in them little hairs they're covered in. Stop ruining my poem, guys. So, oi! Grr! Shove off. Boo! Scaring crows is what I do. Wiggle your bum, straighten your hat, stretch out your arms. A Scarecrow Wrap. I said a hip, hop, hibbity hoo. Scaring crows is what I do. With a big bang boogie and a biggity boo, you can be a scarecrow too. So shout, oi! Grr! Shove off! Boo! Scaring crows is what I do. Wiggle your bum, straighten your hat, stretch out your arms. It's a Scarecrow Wrap. Oh, I'm shattered. So I hope you liked that one. So it's a great little poem, and I've never... The beauty with that poem is when people speak back to you, but there was nobody sort of speaking back to me, so it was a bit unusual. But it's a great little poem. I'm going to finish now with so we've done. I wanted to do between 30 and 40 minutes. So and in this one, there's a little girl. Oh, there's a young lady now. It was in my class year, and we were talking about alliteration. You know, when you get the same sound begins a sentence, like a big bouncy ball. And I was trying to explain this to somebody once. I think it was at Amazing last year, and I said something that, I don't know, just think about Billy Bartholomew bicycle. And she started laughing. She said, "Where does this come from, Mr. Anderson?" So I wrote a bit of a nonsense poem called, and this is from my book, Funky Peacock. It's called Billy Bartholomew Bicycle, and it's what's we call a nonsense poem. Billy Bartholomew Bicycle was a connoisseur of fine pickled eggs. He can. So I start that again. I'm gonna have a little drink of water because I'm a bit out of breath after doing the Scarecrow Wrap, and I'm going to slow down. Right, start again. Billy Bartholomew bicycle. He was a connoisseur of fine pickled eggs, and he collected adjustable spanners and tables without any legs, collecting the weird and the wonderful from all four corners of the earth, 27 inflatable dinghies and a parrot stuffed on a perch. He collected shells, bells and sunglasses, an array of tartan pyjamas, carrier bags of different sizes, and the stickers you find on bananas. So, guys, that's me. It's lovely seeing all of you today, and I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to have a little shout out to you all, but there's lots of thumbs up, lots of smiley faces, and thank you for everybody that's tuned in. What I'm going to do, hopefully, I'll email, I'll put it on my Facebook, I'll put it on my website, I'll put it on my Instagram. I'll try and do another one of these if I can, maybe the Wednesday before we break up before half term, but I'll put it on social media. So now in the meantime, if you would like, now I know it's just Christmas has just finished, so don't nag mum and daddy or whatever, but if you want to, that's my first book, Peter Pants, and that one's called Quentin the Squirrel. You can buy these, your mum and dad can order them online. You can pre-order the Funky Peacock. That means you can order it, and then I can get it to you when it arrives in about June time. So if you do that, and the address for that one, remember, it's www.pepthepoet.co.uk, and it's /shop. But if you get onto that website, there's a link that says shop. There's a little thing on there. Your mum and dad can log on, and if they want it dedicating for you for your birthday or whatever you want, or you want to buy one yourself. But the idea of this today was just to try and brighten up. It's a bit dull and it's a bit boring at the moment, and I wanted to just bring a little bit of happiness into your life. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I miss going into schools. I miss being with you all. I miss seeing the teachers, and I love I love to hear the laughing. I love to hear the responses back. And you haven't really got that over the YouTube, over a video session, but I hope you've enjoyed yourself. So as always, stay in, stay safe, and this pandemic will be over soon. And once again, we'll all be able to get out. We'll be able to enjoy ourselves. Please God, I'll be coming back into school to see you all, and we'll have some fun. It's just around the corner. But all we have to do is just for the next couple of months, perhaps, just stay safe, keep indoors, and just what's called bide the tide, and just, But until then, I love each and every one of you so much. If you want to leave a comment on my feed, I'll try my best to answer it back. Ask a grown-up. If the grown-ups could subscribe to my YouTube channel, if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, that would be fantastic. I put stuff up there quite often. Again, I think you have to be over 14 for social media, but if your mum and dad, ask them, either my Facebook page or my Instagram page is at Pep the Poet. And if you're on there, just send me a little, ask your mum and dad, just say, my son was called Leo. My son Leo was watching your live performance today. He liked it very much. So obviously always speak to me over mum and dad's account. But until the next time, be safe. And as always, just be brilliant. And I love you all so very much indeed. Take care now. Bye-bye and God bless.